Okay, we have question 12 and it's on page 217. Okay, this is question 12 on page 217. It's about the shadow of a tree in comparison to a shadow of a person. So it's hard to see, but we have a dotted line here. Okay, so we have our triangle and we have the height of our person and the height of our tree. Okay, so the diagram shows a person who is 1.74 meters tall. So this height here is 1.74. Her shadow and length is 4 meters. 4 meters. Find the height of the nearby tree if the person is standing 16.5 meters away from the tree. So we have 16.5 meters here. So we need to find this height. Okay, so what do we have here? We have two triangles. We have triangle 1 here. And we have triangle 2, which is a lot bigger. But since this is parallel, it's a height which is straight up, and this is parallel to, we can say that this is 90. This is 90 because it's perpendicular to the ground. This angle is common. Okay, so these are both the same. And this angle up here, well, if we take 90 in our common angle away from 180, we're left with whatever length, or whatever angle this is, and which will be exactly the same up here. So we can say these are similar. Okay, so if they're similar, they mean they all have the same angles. And if they're similar, they're in proportion to each other. So this is in proportion to this. Sorry, this would be the total. Total length here is 4 plus 16.5. So this is 20.5. This is 4. This is 1.74, and this is our tree. We'll call it X. So since they're similar, we can say 20 over 4, or 20.5 over 4 is equal to X. Remember, keep these above. If the 20 is above, then the X has to be above in the same triangle. And if the 4 is on the bottom, our 1.74 has to stay on the bottom. Okay, they should be equal to each other because they're similar and they're in proportion to each other. So multiply across by what we have on the bottom, which is 4 and 1.74. So 4 by 1.74 by 20.5 all over 4 is equal to 4 by 1.74 by X all over 1.74. This should cancel here, and 4 cancel here. So get into your calculator then, multiply 1.74 by 20.5. 1.74 by 20.5. And you'll get an answer which is 35.67. Okay, like that. And we have 4x. Divide each side by 4. These are 4s outside the x. 4. And okay, it says find the height of a nearby tree. It doesn't tell us to round it to a specific decimal, so again, put it into your calculator, divide it by 4, and you're left with 8.91. So these cancel, and x is equal to 8.91. No, 75. Alright, that's part 1. So, part 2, another tree shadow is 23 meters in length. Find the height of this tree to the nearest meter. Okay, so, presuming that the sun is in the same place and is casting the same shadow on all the trees, we have another tree that we know is on the same level of ground, same angle, and the shadow is 23 meters long. So I'll do it up here. So just fill in what you had, 8.9175. Okay. So our new tree height is our new tree. This is going to be our old tree. So this tree, we don't know its height. Find the height. This tree we're going to call y. And we know that the shadow is 23 meters. This tree is 8.9175 meters tall, and we know its shadow is 20.5 meters. So these two triangles again are similar because the sun, they're both growing vertically, so you have your right angle, and they both are going to cast the same shadow because the sun is in the same place. So similar triangles again, and use your proportions to figure out a value for y. So we're going to put y over 8.9175, y over 8.9175 is equal to, if you use the y on the top, then you have to use the 23 on the top here, 23 over 20.5. Multiply across what you have on the bottom. I'm going to do this very quickly. 20.5 y is equal to 23 by 8.9175. And then y is equal to 23 by 8.9175 all over 5. So in the calculator, okay, so in the calculator I got 10.005. But in the question, it says, find the height of this tree to the nearest meter. So our nearest meter here is obviously 10. And write a little note